So I guess let's do some gun drill. Welcome folks, if you've just joined the stream. We are going over some more artillery revisions, so welcome if you have just got here. Of course, I am trying my best to become an artillery soldier, acquiring the skills needed to become an artillery soldier, so welcome. We're basically going over gun drill today. Gun drill is the ability to, I guess... oh, I gotta change some things around here so I can actually see what the hell you guys are talking about. There we go. Welcome everyone. Whoa, that's a lot of people. Greg Mahone, hello gentlemen. Welcome. I really appreciate you stopping by today. We are doing some more practice for being an artillery soldier. As previous stream that you guys saw, I was working on different PowerPoint presentations to, I guess, go over how to correctly man the gun and the positions of the gun. And a couple of things I actually missed from my last slides. So we're going to continue on with my artillery revision here because I really want to get ahead of the game when it comes to going on my DP1, hopefully in the summer. My DP1 is my artillery course, so I can qualify to be a gunner in my unit. So I'm kind of excited about that. What a sexy PowerPoint. I wouldn't say it's sexy. So this time round, folks, we're actually going to learn how to move the gun correctly because, believe it or not, the gun... does not just go shifting around which way you want to go. It has to move in a certain religious way, I guess, to make sure it's all, standardized so no one gets crushed or their foot gets crushed or someone gets hurt. So we're actually going to learn how to move the gun in the correct manner without hurting anyone. Now, I'm actually reading from what's called a TAM, which is, I guess, the Canadian Army's version of the PAM in the British Army, which is a tactical... Sorry, the PAM is the Canadian Army version of the TAM, which is the British Army's version of the Tactical Aid Memoir, which basically means it's your big guidebook. It's a cookbook of what exactly you need to do in the Army. And this one I'm reading today is going to basically describe exactly how we operate the gun when we need to move it. So let's grab our gun, like so. And you move the gun with the trails closed. I'll show you what the trails are. These are the trails here, guys. As you normally are aware, I'm going to open up another... I'm actually going to show you what the C3 is here. C3 gun. So just give you a rough idea of what we're actually working with here. So this is the C3 gun, folks. Pardon me, that did not work. Let's go back. This is the C3 howitzer, 105mm. Some absolutely terrible... Let's change this out here. What's going on here? C3 gun howitzer. There we go, that's better. So we're working on learning about the C3 gun. And this is the C3. The trails, I don't know why it's showing such terrible pixelated quality here, but anyway, these are the trails. Why is it such bad quality? That's really triggering me. There we go. So this is the C3 gun, 105mm cannon. This is what I eventually will qualify to operate on. These are the trails. Now, this is the gun in its firing position, of course, firing away beautifully here. The gentleman, this guy's, for some reason, pressing his ear protection hard down on his head there. Must be very loud. But the trails are actually what's called open. So this is the gun deployed, ready to fire. And when the gun needs to be maneuvered, say, off the back of a truck or a trailer or just moving around generally in the general area, it needs to be done in a particular method so no one gets hurt, no one drops the trails, or basically the legs. The trails are the legs of the gun. So what we're going to learn is how to move it. So let's go back to my PAM here. Kathy Wiseman. Hey, Matt, where are you at, kidder? Kathy Wiseman, I am in Canada right now. I'm living in Alberta. Beautiful, sunny Alberta. It's only minus 3,000 right now and there's snow everywhere. In fact, my window well, if you don't know what a window well is, it's an underground basement window access point, is completely compacted with snow. So I'm really glad I'm going to probably have to dig that out at some point. This chat is full of raving loons, Matt. I'm sorry, buddy. That's okay. My fan base is completely expected to be raving loons because I am the biggest raving loon there is. So welcome, everyone. I really appreciate you stopping by today. As I've already mentioned, we're learning how to move the C3 gun or the C3 howitzer, which is this bad boy. And in fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something special here. I'm going to show exactly what we're working with so you guys can kind of have a rough idea of what we're looking at here. So as we go through this video, you can all be like, Matsimus, what the hell are we actually talking about here? Well, we'll actually be able to see. Let's get this picture, if it actually loads, which I don't think it's going to. For some reason, this picture just wants to continually stay gross. We're going to use this one. I love this picture, so we're going to save that picture like so. And we're going to add it to my stream. I don't know if it's going to allow me to do so as we're in mid-stream, but we're going to try it anyway, just so you guys have a rough idea of what the hell we're talking about here when I talk about the C3 howitzer. There we go. Okay, we're going to just make that a lot smaller there. There we go. We'll put it down my beautiful cat badge there so you have an idea of what we're talking about. There we go. Okay, so let's go back to my TAM. Okay, so let's go through. So, to move the gun, the drill described in paragraph 2 is used to move the gun along firm, level ground. Example, the gun is in sheds or on parade squares. On uneven ground, manhandling drill should be employed. See Chapter 6. Okay, so right now we're just learning how to maneuver the gun when it's on the parade square. Yeah, but he ain't on. Where is Tank? Tank is upstairs, folks. He's sleeping. He doesn't come down in the basement much. He's an old boy. His hips are getting old. I can't bring that puppy down here too often. Plus, he'll just whine because I'm talking to someone who he doesn't see. So he'll just be crying for trying to figure out who I'm talking to. So, the order for gun drill, prepare to advance or retire. So, I guess this is the word of command that would be used to basically initiate the troops to prepare the gun to move. So, we're going to annotate that. For gun drill, prepare to advance. It's funny, I was teaching one of my cadet troops, or senior cadet troops, cadets there, because I'm an instructor of cadets, and I know many of you are probably highly triggered by that. But I was teaching him, you know, there's a difference between advancing and retiring, and he couldn't quite grasp what I was trying to say. But it's the same principle as to a gun. The advance is to bring forward to the, the reviewing officer, and retire is to send them the other direction. He couldn't quite understand that. I felt quite sorry for him. Okay, so Tank is not 6 years old. No, he is nearly 11 years old. So I wish he was. I wish he was 3 years old. So this is the word of command given to the boys and girls to prepare the gun to move. The order for gun drill prepare to advance trial will normally be given when the detachment is in position detachment rear. So okay, if that's the case, we're going to have to grab our detachment. And our detachment is this group of chaps here. Copy. We're probably going to have to make them a lot bigger than they are right now. That should work. There we go. So there's our detachment. There's our troops. Detachment rear is basically the troops are formed up into 2 ranks at the rear of the gun. Do play some DOS gringos. They won't copy straight. I have no idea what you're talking about, my friend. Matsimus got into the army branch that is able to solve all problems because God knows how. There's nothing... yeah, fair enough. That's a fair one. Okay, if after the gun has been moved to the front or the rear is desired to move in the opposite direction, the order halt, prepare to retire, or advance is given. Okay, so that's the prepare move. So I guess we should initiate that as prepare. Prepare them. Prepare gun troop. Okay, that's one. Now we want another one to actually initiate the directions. Like so. Okay, if... halt, prepare to retire, advance. No, we've already done that, so I guess just halt. Halt gun is pretty simple, but we're going to put it there anyway. Because what I intend to do is actually give this kind of, I guess, cookbook or help sheet to my fellow troops in my gun troop to help them out go through their DP1 too, because there's no point in me doing all this stuff if... why do you guys keep saying bad things? I have to keep reviewing the comments you're saying because you're saying bad, naughty words. So, halt is pretty simple. Halt. We'll just say stop the gun. Stop movement. There we go. Halt. Perfect. Pretty self-explanatory, but that's okay. Okay, so the order to move the gun is walk or march. Okay, stop movement. So I guess we should probably bullet point these, really, shouldn't we? Let's do that. Bullet point the crap out of this. Shouldn't really say bullet points, really, should I? I should be saying, like, shell points. Round points. 105mm round points. There we go. Halt. Okay, so the order to move the gun is walk, march. Moving the gun. Walk. March. Okay, this indicates that there is no attempt to keep in step. Don't need to stay in step. Can you imagine trying to march moving this frickin' thing. I'm not too sure how much a C3 weighs. Now I'm kind of curious. Let's see if we can find out how much a C3 gun weighs. C3 gun howitzer. It's the M101 howitzer, I guess. Let's see how much they weigh. They weigh 2,260 kilograms. That's pretty beefy. So I don't think marching in step to move this gigantic beast. In fact, whilst we're here, we might as well learn a little bit about the 105mm howitzer. So the 105 M101A1 howitzer, previously designated the M2A1, was an artillery piece developed and used by the United States. It is the standard US light field howitzer in World War II. Wow, so this thing is old as hell. It is so old. Now it doesn't. I'd like to see where it says the C3 because I haven't seen anything pop up. Oh, there we go. The Canadian forces use the M2A1 as the C2 howitzer. There we go. Let's keep going. We're still reading. In 1997, when a modification was made to extend its service life, it is now designated the C3. The changes include a longer barrel, a muzzle brake, reinforced trails, otherwise known as the gun legs, and the removal of shield flaps. That word flaps just makes me cringe. It remains the standard light howitzer of the Canadian Reserve Force units. The C3 is used by reserve units in Glacier National Park in British Columbia as a means of avalanche control. Actually, that is really cool to see, and we're going to see if we can find that now. Because, why not? C3 avalanche. There we go. Here's the boys. So we're going to watch a little bit of a gun control here, doing a bit of avalanche controls. Here's the C3 in action, folks. Okay, so as you can see, it's an old gun. It's an old girl, but it's still doing the job today. There she goes. Loading of the gun, checking through the sights there. Firing, beautiful. Look at that, gorgeous. Shell just popping out the bottom there, absolutely beautiful. And doing some avalanche control. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, let's just pause here. So this is the kind of thing I'm trying to practice, trying to get to grips with, because these guys are kind of doing it a little bit, I guess, more chilled and relaxed. But when I go on my TP1 course, it is rigid. They are not messing around. They are making sure that you do these drills 100% correctly, and I got to make sure that I'm kind of prepared for that. So, you know, there's a routine, a method when dismounting and mounting this gun onto position. So this one's obviously being dragged away, taken away. Old vehicles. Everything's old in the Canadian Armed Forces, unfortunately. So this gun's been put onto a designated firing position to actually do avalanche control. As you can see, they're moving the trails. Beautiful, beautiful. So that's their aiming points. Checking the sights there, aiming. Center of arc, or center of arc, yeah. And their aiming post. See, this is all stuff I'm still learning. So we're doing some elevation here. Bringing her up. It's going to check the bubbles, make sure everything's nice and level. Punching that round in there, using a clenched fist, folks, with your thumb in, so you don't lose any of those digits. She's going to verify the angles and bearings of the gun. And she's going to fire it. I guess number one's going to attempt to fire it. Number 2 and 3, working nicely with the gun there. Beautiful. So that's exactly what I'm kind of preparing to do here, folks. So that's why we're here. So, let's see what you guys are talking about. How do artillery mortar sights work? I couldn't find a good video. Trust me, Millstone, when I figure it out myself, I'm going to be doing a hardcore review video on exactly how artillery gun systems work, the exact intricacies of how the gun sights work, how the bearings work, how the angles work, elevation, charges, everything. I will be going through everything and informing you guys exactly how artillery works, because I find it very fascinating. It's something I myself have never found much information on, but would love to talk about, because there's not enough information about there actually how to use guns, you know, like how they work specifically. Yes, there's a couple of documentary videos, but there's nothing actually specifically tells you the intricacies of how the sighting system works, how the lining up of the gun works, center of arc and all that sort of stuff, aiming posts. There's nothing really that goes over that, so trust me, it's coming in the near future. I'm definitely going to. Zero Foxtrot, welcome buddy, welcome. Thanks for joining me, my friend. It's been a little while since I've done a bit of a live stream here, but I appreciate every single one of you for stopping by. So we're going to continue on our moving the gun drills here then. So the order to move the gun is walk march, which is where we're at. Not in step, may I add. Not in step. I shouldn't really have to put that as common sense, but you never know. So this indicates that there is no attempts to keep in step. The gun is moved by 2 and 3 pushing in the front. Okay, so we're going to imagine you are 2. And we're going to imagine you are 3. Pushing in the front or in the rear of the shield with 4, 5, and 6 on the lifting handles. 4, 5, 6. Now what's 7? Oh, and 7. There we go. Okay, so all these guys are on the other side. These are going to be on the sides like so. I guess I should put them there. That works. Okay, so they're going to be moving in a singular direction. But we're going to annotate that it can be moved back and forth. No, we're going to do... because that's not right. Whoa, shit, a bed. What did I do? Okay, there we go. We're going to put a singular arrow to indicate they're actually going forward, because it'd be a different formation if they were going a different direction, because these guys would actually be here pushing the other direction. Like so. There we go. Okay, so I'm actually going to make 2 diagrams then. If that's the case. Do one here. So. So. Oh, I can hear things. People are still talking. Quiet, young man. Quiet. I'm talking. Holy cow, 141 people. This is insanitary stuff here, folks. We're learning the most benign, boring stuff in the world, but you've decided to join me on this artillery adventure. I appreciate you all very much for doing so. I'm really excited for my DP1 course in the summer. I'm also super nervous, hence you can see my panic mode making PowerPoint presentations to myself. So, yes. No, keep it that way. Okay, so if we're going the opposite direction, these guys are going to be going here. You need to come to the front. Bring to the front. I need to check the TAM that this is actually correct. I'm just making shit up as I go along. When the gun is to be moved without... the gun is moved 2 and 3, pushing in the front or in the rear of the shield. Okay, so yeah, these guys would be pushing on the rear of the gun shield here. Like so. And everybody else would still be in the same spot. Like so. Like so. Holding on to the gun trails. Remember the gun trails being the gun legs. And that is only if they're going that direction will 2 and 3 be doing so. Bingo. There we go. I like it. Okay, so, can you make this downloadable when it's finished? I would enjoy having it hanging in my room. I could maybe have it downloadable. I mean, it's not secret stuff. I mean, I've got, so far what I've done is, well, I should really make a nice introductory page, shouldn't I? Let's make a pretty intro page, because why not? Okay, so we're going to make a nice fancy introductory page here. Matt's gun drill page. But we have to find a cool picture first. Let's find one. Go back, go back. Matsimus, did you see the development of the War Thunder of the M1 Abrams on the Challenger 1? Yes, and I was getting hundreds of messages from you folks telling me, Matsimus, you've got to play War Thunder now. They've got Challenger 1 and M1 Abrams. Folks, it's not the kind of game I play. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's just not the game I'm going to be playing. So, I am sorry. I know a lot of you really, really want me to play it, but it's just probably not going to happen. Why are you so big? That's what she said. Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. It's just not my kind of game. I really wish it was, but it's not. Even with the Abrams in there, you guys trying to coax me into playing it, it's just not my kind of game. So, unfortunately, it is what it is. Okay, so let's make my front page look very pretty here, then. Introduction to Gun Drill by Matsimus. Copyright Matsimus. Just kidding. Look at these gentlemen. Everybody's got their fingers in the ears. Anyone else concerned about that picture? Like, why everybody's fingers in their ears? Shouldn't they have some sort of quite heavy ear protection, considering they're firing a 105mm shell, and yet they're still using ear protection? A little concerning, but, you know. Okay, so we're going to spread that. I'm very particular, folks, when it comes to, you know, synchronized? No, symmetry. It's got to be symmetry. Okay, so we're going to... let's add a fancy smart art. Oh, no, what's it called? Word art. That's it, word art. Yeah, let's get some fucking word art in there. What would be more artillery related? This looks nice. Army red. There we go. I like that. Do I, though? Text fill. Ooh. There we go. No, rats. That is rats. No, we won't do that. I don't like that word art. I'm going to try something else. You guys are probably like, why the hell did I stop by on this stream? Matsimus is doing freaking PowerPoint word art like a complete Mongo. Whoa. See, and this is the other thing. You guys should never trust me with PowerPoint because I suck with PowerPoint. Okay, so C3 gun drills Matsimus. Andril's guidebook. 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 There we go. I like that. Looks pretty. Does it though? Me. That's where my OCD comes in. Yeah, I like that. That works. And we're going to add the beautiful cat badge in there, folks. I mean, God, we've got to. We have to do it. Beautiful. Beautiful. There we go. I like that. That looks pretty. Looks pretty. Firing the 105mm cannon straight into detachment front. Boring stuff. Okay, where were we? Moving the gun. I think we're pretty much done with the moving the gun part of the TAM. Kathy Wiseman, why do you keep saying bad things? Like, I have to approve it, so could you just maybe not say bad things so I don't have to keep approving it? Jesus! Okay, so when the gun is to be moved without the vehicle, the order of retire means the gun is to be moved trails first. Okay, so we need to do another slide here. Copy. New slide. So we're going to get my gun. Whoa, Christ, what am I doing? Delete. Delete. Folks, if you're liking the background music, which personally I do because I like having a little bit of chill in the background, I would love for you guys to go check out this guy's channel. Jedi Prod, he's, I guess, going to be my music authenticator or dedicated music for my channel when it comes to live streaming. He's got some really nice stuff. He's a brand new channel, really nice guy. He's messaged me a couple of times and said, you know, if you ever want any music, then to come check out his channel. I actually quite enjoy his music, but that's his channel there, Jedi Prod. I don't showcase much, but he's done me the decent of making good music for my live stream, so I thought I'd do him the decent of kind of promoting him a little bit, so there we go. Yes, I was Remy, indeed. So here we go. When the gun is to be retired without the vehicle. So let's put moving the gun. Doop, doop, doop. Moving the gun. No vehicle. Those aspiring gunners, pay attention because this is all straight from the PAM. This is all direct information from the C3 gun, gun drill PAM. So, okay, so when the gun is to be moved without the vehicle, the order of retire means the gun is to be moved trails first. So we need to indicate that with trails first. Shapes. Let's do some fancy freaking arrow work here. Ooh, yeah, look at that arrow. Beautiful, beautiful. Trails first. So I guess we'll move her over a little bit. I should indicate that smaller and go trails first. Insert text box. Trails first. Trails first. Always trails first. Make that bold and fancy. There we go. Trails first. Move the gun, and we're going to insert another text box. Once again, folks, thanks for joining me. I know this isn't the most exciting content in the world, and feel free to ask questions. I will try my best to you know, gotta go. The missus is looking good. Need to give her a good scene too. Good gracious, Bruce. Shouldn't be sharing those things online. Well, I hope you have fun, my friend. Okay, so here we go. Retire means the gun is moved. So this is retire. Retire. Moving the gun towards the trails direction. Which is interesting. That makes complete sense, considering number one would normally be sat here. Remember what I said about retiring and advancing to the reviewing officer. If you're reviewing someone and you want them to look at you, you would tell them to advance. You want them to turn the other way and retire. That's the opposite, so they retire. So the reviewing officer normally is sat behind the gun here. So if you're facing the gun... No, it doesn't make sense with the gun. Kathy Wiseman, I will probably have to start kicking you off this stream, bud. So, in fact, I will probably do that right now, because you're really annoying me. So, I don't even know how to kick. Let's have a look here. Participants. Kathy Wiseman. Go back. Kathy, I'm giving you one warning. Please stop being a mong, or I'm going to kick you off this stream. Thank you. Okay, so the gun is moved to trail first. So I guess we'll just move that up, and we'll put the gun a little smaller so that we're... There we go. And then the advance is going to be pretty self-explanatory here. It's the opposite direction. On the order of advance, the gun will be moved muzzle first with the trails at waist height. Okay, so let's go like that, like that. Whoops, that was dumb, wasn't it? Copy. There we go. Sweep you around like that. Beautiful. Okay. I don't know how to do this, but I have to get rid of you. You're annoying me. Participants. How do I do this? How do I get rid of you? There we go. Hide this user on this channel. Put this user on a timeout. Sure, I'll put you on a timeout. Kathy Wiseman, you're clearly not getting the message, so there you go. Hello, Mr. Toby from Sweden. Welcome. Do you have any moderators? No, I don't. I should probably make a moderator, really, shouldn't I? Okay, so let's go back to my tab. You seriously need some mods. Yeah, I probably do, but I just haven't had. I don't even know how to do that, or who I would trust to do that, because some of you guys might be just as bad as the people who are being mongs. So advance. So let's change that. So copy. Like so. Advance. Move the gun towards the muzzle first. Move the gun muzzle first. There we go. Beautiful. I did not spell muzzle right. Okay, that works. Oh, gracious me. Hey, Matsimus, I just applied to the artillery reserves in Alberta as well. Awesome. Congratulations, buddy. Matsimus, I got a small question. How do you set the range on artillery? How do you know if your shell is ready to hit your target? Like I said, when I know that, I'll let you know that. I'm still trying to learn myself how the artillery works and how the principles of artillery work, so not quite there yet. Got a little while to go. When I do know, I'll for sure be letting you know and doing a video on it. Good evening, Echo. Yes, welcome, welcome. Hello, Jack. Ralph, do you know the C2 version got sold on eBay? No, I did not know that, but if I could buy one, I would definitely be doing so. I wonder how much they'd cost. Okay, so I think we've already done this. Detachment rear, no. Okay, move the gun. Okay, so we need to do another one of these now. So now we're going to learn to actually move the gun. No, we've already done that. Already done that. Drill. Okay, so on the order of full gun drill, prepare to advance. So need to change some stuff here, folks. So thanks again, everyone, for joining me today. We are learning about the C3 howitzer. You should be able to see it in the bottom right-hand corner there. The stream is going to be recorded. You can watch it back at a later date if you guys need to go. Don't worry, it's going to be brought back. Hey, Matsimus, great video this morning. Thanks, Darude. Yeah, if you haven't, go check that out. I did a video on new army gun toys. It's absolutely great. I would love to have toys like that as a kid. Matsimus, I go to MEPS Tuesday for my physical and swearing in for the United States Marine Corps. Good for you, Andrew. Fantastic news. I hope you have a great time. Make sure you work hard. I'm sure you'll do fantastic. So, the order for gun drill, prepare to advance. So, for gun drill. Gun drill. Prepare to advance. Bingo. So, the detachment doubles to its position. 1, 3, 5, 7 to the left of the equipment. 2, 3, 4, 5... Okay, so, I'll make this a little bigger here. What else are you guys talking about? Sup, Matsimus, please shout out the AK-47. Welcome, the AK-47. Thanks for your service, Matt. BBC LN, thank you. What was your regiment? I wasn't in a regiment. I was in the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers of the British Army. It was a corps, not a regiment. Do you learn how to use the howitzer for direct fire? Actually, I do. And in fact, we may actually review that. Let's have some fun here. Let's have some fun. Let's see if we can actually take up that lesson next. Okay. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have some fun. Hold on a sec, guys. I'm going to send these pictures to myself because I took pictures and I hadn't actually... So we're going to do this. 1, 2, 3. Message these to myself because these are actually part of my learning too. There we go. Send it to there. Okay, let me just send this email to myself because I want to have these pictures and I want to show you exactly what I've been learning about the gun. Because it's important stuff. And while we wait for that email to come through, I'm going to listen to what you guys are talking to. How long was I in the army for? Mr. Rio, I was in the army for 8 years. British to Canada. Thanks for my first shout out. You're welcome, AK-47. Folks, if there's anything you want me to do live stream in the future, please let me know in the comments. Far away, I'd love to answer your questions. I know a lot of people have got questions for me. A lot of people have got questions about the British Army. I'm going to be doing a video on this in the near future. I don't know if any of you were watching the live streams of Zed Mills and JT Suits last night. I was like biting my fist of how cringe it was. Carl Gott, I don't know if you know who Carl Gott is. He's a big YouTuber as well. Military YouTuber. I think he's got like 180,000 subs. Massive military YouTuber. He started the best military YouTuber of 2018 competition. Great idea. He's a smart man. You know, he's basically made a huge amount of traffic towards his channel and everybody else's channels. Very smart marketing move. Good for him. And unfortunately, I wasn't actually able to go on to that, which is fine. This isn't my point. My point is that the competition, when I first started watching it and seeing some of the YouTubers go through, it was actually really friendly competition. It was really fun watching the competitors go against one another and the banter and having some laughs with it. And then it started going to a dark place. And last night was that dark place because Zed Mills and JT Suits, who I have respect for both of them for sure, started doing some really weird things to, I guess, belittle the other one into winning, or not winning, with their followers. And they started talking about buying Twitter followers. Just buying Twitter followers? Guys, you're like, you YouTubers, under 100,000. No one's going to buy followers to win a bullshit community competition on YouTube for military YouTubers. It's so ridiculous. I think they were talking about like 1,500 views or 1,500 Twitter votes were bought or something, like, and then Nav the Beast came in there and it was just like a complete gong show, and they were like slagging each other off behind each other's backs and just like tearing into each other, and this guy's got mental problems and blah blah blah. It's like, what are you guys talking about? Like, are you for real? Like, this went from a friendly competition of who's the best military YouTuber to you tearing each other open on each other's live streams. It was really awkward. I do have a lot of respect for them both, JT and, Zed Mills, but it was really kind of, it was a little cringy, I gotta admit. I actually wanted Zed Mills to win just because I'm a groundy, ground troops over Navy troops. No offense to JT Suits, but of course it was just cringe. I was just watching the streams, just like, oh, this is awful. And I just didn't see that that's the way the competition should have gone. It shouldn't have gone that way. It should have just been, friendly, competitive, fun. But I guess not. So we'll see. But Never the Beast was Never the Beast was apparently in JT Suits and Zed Mills' video. Zed Mills is actually a U.S. Marine Corps veteran, and JT Suits is a Navy veteran. I think he was an aircraft carrier sailor, so great service, guys. And then Never the Beast was, I guess, promoting obviously the Marine Corps side of things, so it just started turning into a complete gong show, and I was just like, what is going on? This is just cringe-worthy stuff going on, and that's not what I wanted to see for this competition. I wanted to see natural, genuine support for these channels and promoting them into this best military YouTuber of 2018, and it just turned into an absolute nightmare. But anyway, I digress. I step away from what... So anyway, I'm going to open up my email here and get my pictures, because I really want to show you guys what I was learning the other week. So we're going to save picture. We'll save it there as this. That's fine. We'll save this one as well. Now, what I'm going to show you guys is exactly what's the composition of the gun, the C3 gun, because this stuff's cool, but at the end of the day, it gets a little old. So we're going to just start a new chapter, I guess. We're going to start a new slide. We'll put a title in when I actually recognize what I'm putting in there first. Okay, so let's start with this one. Now, I'm probably going to modify this a little bit myself because I don't like the way it looks. Let's just go make this a little smaller. Now, what I'm going to show you here, folks, is the gun breech, or the breech of the gun of the C3 and how it operates and what components are part of it. And this is something you've got to learn. It's something that as an artillery soldier you need to learn and be proficient in knowing, because it's the guts of the gun. This is the part of the gun that you need to... we're going to have to crop this, though. I don't like the fact that it's not... let's open up paint. We're going to make sure this is nice and pretty. There we go. Bring you right down to about there. That's better. Perfect. So yeah, this is the guts of the breach, guys. If you don't know what a breach is, I'm going to show you in my picture of reference so that you have an idea of what's going on. Let's just get the C3 gun back up here. Okay, so those of you who aren't proficient with what a breach is, this is the breach block. This is basically the operating guts of the gun, allowing us to put that shell into the breach. And in fact, I've got a perfect demonstrator here. Oh, I got even... now I got the perfect demonstrator. Just so you know, folks, this is the 30mm dummy round from an A10 Warthog. Do not ask where I got it from. No, I'm just kidding. A very good friend of mine sent me one from the United States. Completely inert. Nothing's going to happen. As you can see, it's been punched already. But a complete dummy round. You can see here. 30mm dummy projectile there. So we're going to use this as my reference shell. But obviously, the breach is the point that accepts the charge and the round. So in the artillery, it's unlike a round like this. The artillery that... Well, this gun that uses the shells is very different to what you see as a normal projectile. As you can see, this is a solid projectile designed to be fired from the back. Obviously, the projectile explosion inside here creates combustion to push the shell out the end. But it's a solid unit. Nothing falls out. Can you imagine if I did nothing falls out? It just falls out and smashes into my keyboard. But on this component, nothing falls out. Very similar to the 30mm round used on the Raden, on the Warrior armoured fighting vehicle that I was very proficient with the British Army. But in the artillery, and especially on this gun right here, a very different principle. Because the shells... Actually, this picture kind of demonstrates it a little bit. As you can see here, this part... Okay, this part here is this part here. And you can see there's kind of a brass bushing here that goes around the shell. And that is actually the sealing component of the shell. It's allowing to make that seal in the barrel to create the explosion to send it down the barrel. This is actually a beautiful picture. I love that picture. It's actually really, really nice. There we go. There's the breach. So, I'm actually going to steal that picture. I like it. Or is that one better? I kind of like that one too. I might steal that one. I'm going to steal this one. Copy picture. Let's put it into my little PowerPoint here. Why is it so big? Stop being so big. Oh, PowerPoint, how much I hate you is beyond words. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm wanting. Beautiful. Okay, so here's the breach, and this is how the breach block goes. On the artillery piece that we're looking at right now, the shell is literally the shell. So it's detached from the casing. The casing is what holds the charges. Now, on these guns, you basically insert into the casing the number of bag charges you require to ensure that the round hits where you want it to hit. So, for instance, if you wanted to fire this shell a long way away, or the projectile a long way away, you would increase the number of bag charges you would place into this component. Now, I know I'm going off topic from the breach a little bit here, but it does make sense as to what I'm talking about. So, you know, if you wanted to fire your projectile or your shell a long way away, you would charge 6, which is, I think, the highest charge that you get. That's my little girl waking up from her nap, which isn't good news, because it probably means I'm going to have to leave any minute now. I'm just going to turn her down a little bit, just while I probably finish up my... what is the hell? What is this Kathy Wiseman? Kathy Wiseman, what is your deal, chick? Are you a chick or a dude? I'm presuming you're a dude that names yourself as a chick, so you get a lot of attention. You're certainly getting attention from this stream with your mongery. Please don't make me kick you, though. I really don't want to have to do that. So yeah, if you want to increase the projectile range, you have to increase the number of charges that go into the projectile. Now, they come in two components. So when you put your shell inside the casing, you're actually ensuring that you put the number of correct charges in there. And when you walk up to the gun, they're going to verify how many charges or how many bags are inside that shell before they put it into this breech here. But anyway, I digress. Let's put this to the side. So the breech is basically the part of the gun that is accepting the round before you close the lock of the breech and be able to punch the firing pin onto the back of the shell to send that explosion to push the shell out the barrel. So there you go. Okay, so let's go over it. So I'm going to make this a little small because this isn't big enough to kind of go over exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is how you pretty much split down the breech block, and we learnt this the other night. It was actually a really cool lesson, something that we're going to actually need to learn. So The breech operating lever pivot is the one that I always forgot the name for. Everybody's like, what is that? And it was I always call it the rolp now. Oh, sorry, the bulp. Uh-oh. That's baby Matsimus waking up from her nap. That's not good news. That means I'm probably going to have to leave here shortly. But we're going to just do a couple more slides before I have to go. We will continue our artillery lesson another day here, folks. So this is the M13 firing lock. We're going to open a new one up here too, because I don't like that it's not trimmed. There we go. I'm going to trim this down too, like so. Copy. Get rid of that. Beautiful. The M13 firing lock. This is basically, folks, the component that houses the firing pin to actually fire the projectile down the barrel. And that firing pin is right here. Right here, in fact. Oh dear, baby Matsimus is definitely awake. Oh, folks, I'm sorry. It's the pleasures of having children. I am going to have to say farewell to you all. That is it for today. I thought baby Matsimus would stay awake or stay asleep for a little bit longer. But I have the baby monitor, and it is certainly that time where she's saying, you know what, I'm just not going to let you stream anymore. She's settling down again, so we'll just wait until she's in full cry mode. Right now she's just in kind of meh. So we'll wait until she's in full cry. But yes, folks, this is the M13 firing lock. This is basically how it is stripped down. Now the firing lock is going to go here. This is the M13 firing lock. And it sits, I'm not sure if we're going to find a better picture of being able to annotate that. This picture really isn't going to show it too well either. But the... She's voicing her opinion right now, folks. She is not happy. She's not in full cry, though, so I think we're okay. Oh my god, that's a good picture. Yes. I'm just going to make a file. New file. Artillery. Beautiful. I'm just going to put my artillery stuff in there. Whoops. Let's save it in there. I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. Father and YouTuber of the Year. Thanks, Dill. I appreciate it. Yeah, sorry, folks. Little Matsimus is... she's not happy right now. But I just want to see if I can find a picture of the M13 firing lock on the breach, but I don't think we're going to. I know, baby Matsimus, I'm coming. Well, that's a cool picture of it. That's a really good picture of the... I wonder how many people right now are taking screenshots of my face when I'm addressing the fact that baby Matsimus is crying. Folks, I'm probably going to have to leave, unfortunately. It is what it is. That's just, you know, it's part and parcel of being a father. It is Sunday afternoon, of course, so for me it's difficult to do things at this time of the day when I have a family. What is going on there? Sorry, I'm just kind of digressing here. So I am going to have to say goodbye, folks. I really do appreciate you stopping by on today's video. Hope you learned at least a little bit about the artillery today, or the C3 howitzer. We learned a little bit about... what did we learn here? How to move the gun correctly when we're marching it around, so it's better than nothing. I got my fancy welcome page to my PowerPoint. For those of you who are interested in this PowerPoint in the future, I probably will make it public and you guys can have a look and see exactly what is going on in my training and how the C3 howitzer and gun drills work. So yeah, I appreciate you stopping by. Folks, a couple of things I do want to talk about before I leave. We're getting really close to hitting eventually that 100,000 mark, which is just freaking mind-baffling to me. Like, I just don't get it. I'm not going to do the typical cliche YouTuber bullshit where I'm like, you guys are the greatest people in the world. You already know you are. I don't need to tell you that. But for me, I'm working really, really hard to try and get to that 100,000. And, okay, I get it. Look at this. Let's see if I can show it. I can't see it very well, but she's not happy. She's kicking her feet around. She's eating her arm right now, so it's a clear indication that she's not happy. So yeah, I'm really excited to hit that 100,000 mark. I think it's going to be a fantastic milestone for me and really kind of open doors for potentially doing this a lot more, not full-time, but a lot more effort into it. We'll see how it goes. The best military YouTuber of 2018. I'm not too sure who won it. Does anyone know? Can you let me know in the comment section? I'd love to find out who that is, because I haven't logged into my Twitter in forever, and I'd love to know who actually won that best military YouTuber of 2018, because from last night it was just horrible to watch. If anyone knows, leave me in the comment section below. Folks, I would... Oh! I thought this was Carl Cotton. It's not. I'm coming, baby Matsimus. Okay, we gotta go, folks. Mrs. Matsimus is gonna kill me if she knew I left the baby this long. Folks, I gotta go. I've gotta go right now. That's it for today. Hope you learned a little bit about the artillery. I'll see you next time. Please, please come join my Discord channel if you haven't already. Discord is a text-based and voice-based, I guess, chat room, basically. You come have a chat with me on a day-to-day basis, have a quick chat of what we're going on in my world. I stay on it quite regularly. You should probably be aware. I am in Canada, so if you're in the UK, it's difficult for me to play video games and stuff with you in your evenings. But in my evenings, normally around 9-10 o'clock, when baby Matsimus has gone down to sleep, I'll be able to play video games and chat with you guys and log on and have a chat. So if you want to come chat with me without a baby screaming in the background, please come onto my Discord and come hang out. Anyway, folks, thanks again. I've got to shut down the stream now and go hang out with my baby. So all the best and bye-bye. I'm coming, baby Matsimus. Gracious.